Nicholas Kothe, can non-contact injuries in athletes be prevented? Advisor, Megan Warren.
So our story starts today with the professional basketball player Derrick Rose, a naturally talented athlete. In 2011, he was named the league's youngest MVP ever. Now, unfortunately, the very next season, he suffered an ACL injury in the act of jumping. It took thousands of dollars and months of rehabilitation to finally get him back on the court. And when he did finally make it back, he just wasn't really the same player. So we look at a common case like this, and we have to ask ourselves, can non-contact injuries be prevented? And more importantly, what are the warning signs that a non-contact injury may occur in an athlete? Now, that's just what myself and another group of researchers set out to find out. A series of functional clinical tests already exist, which include acts such as jumping, lunging, and basically it claims to be a good predictor of being at risk for non-contact injury because these are the motions in which non-contact injury typically occur. So what we did, we took a group of NAU Division I female athletes here, put them through these functional tests, and then let them participate in their entire sports season. At the end of the season, we took data from athletic training staff to see who had sustained non-contact injury and who had not. What we expected to find was some sort of correlation between those that didn't perform very well on those functional tests and those who had sustained non-contact injury. And what we found was not necessarily the case. Those that were injured during the season compared to those that were not injured during the season performed about the same on these tests. Of the 82 people subjects that we tested, only 17 had sustained non-contact injury though. So that tells us that we didn't really have a great enough sample size to draw some really solid conclusions from. But these preliminary results did point to the fact that these tests may not be good enough. Every year in the United States, about 150,000 ACL injuries occur, and about 70% of those injuries are due to non-contact reasons. Any given ACL surgical procedure costs about $20,000 to $50,000, depending on the individual. Now that is a huge burden on our healthcare system. So where does that leave us? We're still looking for the functional tests that can connect the dots between those physical factors which an athlete may possess and being in an elevated risk for non-contact injury. We're still collecting data, still studying athletes, so that hopefully we can find those tests and begin to implement preventative measures so that no athlete will have to go down that grueling road to recovery. Thank you.